You've done enough today. Truly. You don't have to hold everything together right now. You don't have to be strong for everyone. You don't have to pretend you're not tired. Just breathe. Slowly. Gently. Let the weight of the day fall off your shoulders. Before anything else. Before the thoughts return. Before tomorrow tries to enter your mind. Listen to this one truth. Come to me, all who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. Matthew 11 verse 28. Let that settle into you. Like warm light in a quiet room. Like a hand resting softly over your heart. You don't have to earn this rest. You're invited into it. Right now. Just as you are. If you're lying down, let your body sink deeper into the bed. If you're sitting, let your shoulders loosen. You made it through another day, and God is here, closer than your breath, gentler than your thoughts, more faithful than your fears. Before we enter Scripture, let me pray for you. Father, thank you for carrying us through this year, through the moments we celebrated, and the moments we barely survived. Thank you for never leaving us, even when we felt alone. Tonight, wrap every listener in your peace. Quiet their minds. Steady their hearts. Let them feel the safety of your presence as they step into a new year with you. In Jesus' name, amen. Now breathe again, slow and soft. Let the noise fade. Let the room grow still. Let God's word wash over you. Psalm 121. I lift up my eyes to the mountains. Where does my help come from? My help comes from the Lord, the maker of heaven and earth. You don't enter the new year alone. You don't walk into the unknown unprotected. Your help comes from the one who never sleeps, never forgets, never lets go. Psalm 23. The Lord is my shepherd. I lack nothing, not because life is perfect, but because God is present, because He leads you, because He restores you, because He walks with you through every valley and every beginning. As you listen, I want to bring you into a real story, a story from American history that mirrors the courage you might need for the year ahead. Her name was Harriet Tubman, a woman who walked through darkness with nothing but faith as her lantern. She guided hundreds to freedom, not because she felt fearless, but because she trusted God. More than the night around her, she would stop in the woods, close her eyes, and whisper, Lord, I'm trusting you. No map, no certainty, just faith, just obedience, just the quiet assurance that God was already ahead of her, You might feel like that tonight, standing at the edge of a new year, unsure of the path, unsure of the next step. But the same God who guided her guides you. The same God who lit her way lights yours. The same God who protected her protects you. Isaiah 43. When you pass through the waters, I will be with you. When you walk through the fire, you will not be burned. Not if. When. God has already prepared the strength you'll need, already prepared the peace, already prepared the path. You've done enough today. You don't have to solve the year tonight. You don't have to carry the past into tomorrow. You don't have to fear what's ahead. Listen to this. Psalm 46. Be still and know that I am God. Stillness is not weakness. Stillness is trust. Stillness is surrender. Stillness is the doorway to peace. Let His presence settle over you. Let His promises anchor you. Let His love become the soft place where your mind can finally rest. Romans 8. If God is for us, who can be against us? Nothing in this year, nothing in the next, nothing in your past, nothing in your future can separate you from His love. Tonight, rest in that love. Let it hold you. Let it quiet you. Let it carry you into the new year with peace, with courage, with hope. You've done enough today. Now rest in God's arms, in God's word, in God's unshakable love. And as you rest here, in this quiet moment between what has been and what will be, let these next words settle even deeper. You are not stepping into the new year empty-handed. You are stepping in with promises, with protection, with a God who has already walked ahead of you and prepared every sunrise you will see. Listen to this. Psalm 91. He will cover you with His feathers, and under His wings you will find refuge. Imagine that. Not a distant God, not a silent God, but a God who bends low, wraps you in His wings, and whispers, "You are safe with me." Tonight, let that be enough. Let His nearness be enough. Let His love be enough. And as you breathe, I want to bring you into another moment from Harriet Tubman's life, a moment that mirrors the courage you may need for the year ahead. There was a night when she was guiding a group through the woods. The moon was hidden, the path was unclear, fear pressed in from every side. But she stopped, closed her eyes, and prayed, "Lord, tell me where to go." And she said, God spoke to her heart with a direction so gentle, It felt like a whisper in the dark. She followed it, step by step, tree by tree, shadow by shadow, and it led them safely through. That same God still guides his children, still whispers in the dark, still leads through the unknown, still protects those who trust him. You may not know every step of the year ahead. You may not know what doors will open or what challenges will rise, but you can know this: God will not let you walk blind. God will not let you walk alone. God will not let you walk unprotected. Isaiah 40. He gives strength to the weary and increases the power of the weak. If you feel tired, he will strengthen you. If you feel uncertain, he will steady you. If you feel small, he will lift you. You don't have to enter the new year with perfect plans or perfect confidence. You only need a willing heart and a quiet trust that God is already there. Let these words hold you. John 14. Peace I leave with you. My peace I give you. Do not let your hearts be troubled, and do not be afraid. This peace is not fragile, not temporary, not dependent on circumstances. It is a peace that stays when the world shakes, a peace that remains when the future feels uncertain, a peace that wraps around you like a warm blanket in the night. So breathe again, slow, soft, safe. You've done enough today. You've carried enough. You've worried enough. Now let God carry you. Let his word be the light that guides your next step. Let his presence be the comfort that fills your night. Let his promises be the foundation you walk on in the new year. You are held. You are loved. You are guided. And you are never, ever alone. And as the night grows quieter, as your breathing softens, and your thoughts begin to settle, let these next words sink even deeper into you, not as information, not as something to memorize, but as something to rest in, something to lean on, something to carry into the new year, like a gentle light in your hands. You are not behind. You are not late. You are not failing. You are simply human, held by a God who is endlessly patient and endlessly kind. Listen to this promise. Isaiah 41 verse 10. Do not fear, for I am with you. Do not be dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you and help you. I will uphold you with my righteous right hand. Let that hand hold you now. Let it steady what feels unsteady. Let it lift what feels too heavy. Let it calm what feels restless inside you. You don't have to pretend tonight. You don't have to be strong tonight. You don't have to figure out everything tonight. You only need to rest, to breathe, to let God be God. And as you rest, I want to bring you into another moment from Harriet Tubman's journey, a moment that mirrors the courage you may need for the year ahead. There was a night when she was guiding a group of people through a swamp so dark that even the stars felt far away. The mud was deep, the path was uncertain, the danger was real, and the people behind her began to panic. But Harriet turned to them with a calmness that didn't come from herself. She said, "God hasn't failed us yet, and He won't start tonight." Then she lifted her face toward the sky, even though she couldn't see the moon, and whispered, "Lord, lead us through." And He did, step by step, through the water, through the darkness, through the fear, until they reached solid ground. That same God is the one who leads you, the one who walks with you, the one who knows the path, even when you cannot see it. You may feel like you're standing in your own kind of swamp, uncertain, tired, unsure of the next step. But God is not confused. God is not overwhelmed. God is not late. He is guiding you with the same faithfulness that guided Harriet through the night. Listen to this. Psalm 32, verse 8. I will instruct you and teach you in the way you should go. I will counsel you with my loving eye on you. His eye is on you, not in judgment, not in disappointment, but in love, in care, in protection. You don't have to fear the new year. You don't have to fear the unknown. You don't have to fear the things you cannot control, because God is already there, already preparing, already strengthening, already making a way. Take another slow breath. Let your chest rise gently. Let your shoulders soften again. Let your mind loosen its grip on everything it's been holding. You've carried enough. You've worried enough. You've pushed enough. Now let God carry you. Romans 15, verse 13. May the God of hope fill you with all joy and peace as you trust in Him, so that you may overflow with hope. By the power of the Holy Spirit, hope is not something you have to manufacture. Hope is something God pours into you, quietly, softly, faithfully, even when you don't feel strong, even when you don't feel ready, even when you don't feel hopeful at all. Tonight, let Him pour that hope into you. Let Him fill the empty places. Let Him calm the anxious places. Let Him heal the tired places. You are not stepping into the new year alone. You are stepping in with a shepherd, with a protector, with a comforter, with a God who has never failed you and never will. Rest now. Let the night hold you. Let God's presence surround you. Let His promises be the blanket that settles over your heart. You've done enough today. Now breathe, rest, and let God lead you into tomorrow with peace. And as the night settles even deeper around you, as the world grows quieter, and your heart begins to loosen its grip on the day, let these next words wrap around you like a soft blanket of peace. You are safe here. You are held here. You are allowed to rest here. Nothing is demanded of you in this moment. Nothing is expected. Nothing is required. Only that you breathe and let God's presence fill the room around you. Listen to this promise. Deuteronomy 31 verse 8. The Lord Himself goes before you and will be with you. He will never leave you nor forsake you. Do not be afraid. Do not be discouraged. Let that truth settle into your bones. God goes before you, not behind you, not beside you only, before you, into every day you haven't lived yet, into every moment you haven't seen, into every challenge you haven't faced. You are not walking into the new year unprepared. God has already stepped into it, already arranged what you need, already strengthened what feels weak, already softened what feels heavy. And as you rest in that truth, I want to bring you into another story. Another moment from the life of Harriet Tubman. A moment that mirrors the courage you may need for the days ahead. There was a time when she was leading a group north, and they reached a crossroads. One path looked safe. One path looked dangerous. Everyone begged her to choose the safer way. But Harriet paused, closed her eyes, and prayed, "Lord, show me your road." And she said, God nudged her toward the path no one wanted to take, the harder one, the darker one, the one that made no sense. But she obeyed, and later they learned that the safe road had been surrounded by slave catchers, waiting in the shadows. The dangerous road was the road God used to save them. Sometimes the path God leads you on won't look easy, won't look logical, won't look like the one you would choose, but it will be the path that protects you, shapes you, and carries you exactly where you need to be. You may be standing at your own crossroads right now. A decision, a transition, a fear, a hope, a beginning. You don't have to know everything. You don't have to see everything. You don't have to understand everything. You only need to trust that God sees what you cannot. God knows what you cannot. God protects you from what you cannot see. Listen to this. Proverbs 3 verses 5 to 6. Trust in the Lord with all your heart, and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways submit to Him, and He will make your paths straight. Straight paths don't always mean easy paths, but they do mean guided paths, protected paths, purposeful paths. Let that truth rest inside you. Let it soften the fear of the unknown. Let it quiet the pressure to figure everything out. Let it remind you that you are not navigating life alone. Take another slow breath. Let your chest rise gently. Let your body sink deeper into rest. Let your mind unclench from the worries it's been holding. You've done enough today. You've carried enough today. You've tried enough today. Now let God carry you. Let Him hold what you cannot hold. Let Him guide what you cannot guide. Let Him strengthen what you cannot strengthen. You are not alone in the night. You are not alone in the new year. You are not alone in the journey ahead. God is with you. God is for you. God is leading you. And God will never, ever let you go. And as you rest here, in this quiet space where the night feels soft, and the world finally loosens its grip, let your heart settle a little more. Let your breathing slow a little more. Let your thoughts drift into the gentle truth that God is not only with you, He is carrying you. You don't have to rush. You don't have to push. You don't have to force anything to happen. Rest is holy. Stillness is holy. Trust is holy. Listen to this promise. Psalm 34 verse 18. The Lord is close to the brokenhearted and saves those who are crushed in spirit. If your heart feels heavy tonight, He is close. If your spirit feels tired, He is close. If you feel like you've been holding too much for too long, He is closer than your breath. Let that closeness wrap around you now. Let it soften the places inside you that feel tight or afraid. Let it remind you that you don't have to walk into the new year with a heart full of pressure. You can walk in with peace, with gentleness, with God's steady hand guiding you. And as you breathe in that truth, I want to bring you into another story. A story from the life of George Muller, a man whose entire life was a testimony of trust. He ran orphanages in England during a time when poverty was crushing and resources were scarce. But Muller made a decision that changed everything. He would never ask anyone for money. He would only pray, only trust, only depend on God to provide what the children needed. There was a morning when the orphanage had no food, no bread, no milk, nothing. But Muller gathered the children around the long wooden table and said, "Let us thank God for the food He is going to give us." Not the food they had, the food God would provide. And as they finished praying, there was a knock at the door. A baker stood outside with fresh bread. He said he couldn't sleep because he felt God telling him to bake for the children. Moments later, another knock. A milkman. His cart had broken down right in front of the orphanage. He asked if they could use the milk before it spoiled. Bread, milk, provision, right on time, not early, not late, exactly when they needed it. That is the God who walks with you into the new year, the God who provides, the God who sees, the God who knows, the God who never forgets his children. Listen to this. Matthew 6 verse 8. Your Father knows what you need before you ask Him. You don't have to fear lack. You don't have to fear the unknown. You don't have to fear tomorrow. God already knows. God already sees. God already provides. Take another slow breath. Let your chest rise gently. Let your body sink deeper into rest. Let your mind release the pressure to control everything. You don't have to hold the future. God holds it. You don't have to predict the path. God guides it. You don't have to carry the weight. God lifts it. Philippians 4 verse 7. And the peace of God, which transcends all understanding, will guard your hearts and your minds in Christ Jesus. Let that peace guard you now. Let it stand at the door of your thoughts. Let it protect your rest. Let it quiet your fears. Let it remind you that you are safe in God's hands. You've done enough today. You've tried enough today. You've carried enough today. Now let God carry you. Let Him hold what you cannot hold. Let Him provide what you cannot see. Let Him lead you into the new year with a peace that doesn't make sense, but is completely real. You are not forgotten. You are not overlooked. You are not walking into the future alone. God is with you. God is for you. God is ahead of you. And God will never fail you. And as you continue resting here, with the night wrapped gently around you, and your breathing growing slower, let your heart soften even more. Let the weight of the day fall away. Let the presence of God settle over you like a warm, steady light. You don't have to be strong right now. You don't have to be brave right now. You don't have to hold everything together right now. This moment is for resting, not performing, for receiving, not striving, for being held, not holding everything yourself. Listen to this promise. Psalm 55 verse 22. Cast your cares on the Lord, and He will sustain you. He will never let the righteous be shaken. Not, He might sustain you. Not, He will sustain you if you're perfect. He will. He will hold you. He will steady you. He will keep you from falling apart, even when life feels overwhelming. Let that truth sink into the deepest part of you. Let it quiet the fears you haven't spoken out loud. Let it soothe the places inside you that feel tired from carrying too much. And as you breathe in that peace, I want to bring you into another story. A story from the life of Dwight L. Moody, a man whose heart burned to bring hope to people who felt forgotten by the world. Moody grew up in poverty. He knew what it felt like to be overlooked, to be unseen, to feel like life was stacked against him. But he also knew something else. God sees the unseen. God lifts the lowly. God uses the ordinary to do extraordinary things. There was a night when Moody was preaching in Chicago. The city was restless. People were weary. The streets were filled with noise and fear. But Moody stood before the crowd and said something simple. God loves you right where you are, not where you wish you were, not where you think you should be, right where you are. That night, a young man approached him with tears in his eyes. He said, I didn't think God cared about someone like me. Moody placed a hand on his shoulder and said, He cares more than you know. That moment changed the young man's life. Not because Moody was powerful, but because God's love reaches into the darkest corners and lights them up. The same love is reaching for you tonight. The same love is wrapping around you now. The same love is whispering into your heart. You matter to me. Listen to this. Jeremiah 31 verse 3. I have loved you with an everlasting love. I have drawn you with unfailing kindness, everlasting, unfailing, not temporary, not fragile, not conditional. God's love for you does not depend on your performance, does not depend on your success, does not depend on how well you handled today. It simply is steady, constant, unchanging. Let that love hold you now. Let it soften the tension in your chest. Let it quiet the anxious thoughts that try to rise up. Let it remind you that you are safe in God's hands. Take another slow breath. Feel your body sink deeper into rest. Feel the room grow still. Feel God's peace settle over you like a gentle blanket. You don't have to fear the new year. You don't have to fear the unknown. You don't have to fear the things you cannot control, because God is already there, already preparing the way, already strengthening your heart, already surrounding you with a love that cannot fail. Romans 8 verse 31. If God is for us, who can be against us? Nothing in the year ahead is stronger than God's presence. Nothing is bigger than His love. Nothing is beyond His reach. You've done enough today. You've carried enough today. You've tried enough today. Now rest. Let God hold you. Let God comfort you. Let God lead you into a new year filled with peace, with hope, with strength, and with the quiet assurance that you are never alone. And as you continue resting here, with the night holding you gently, and God's presence settling deeper into your heart, let yourself soften even more. Let the last pieces of tension melt away. Let the quiet become a shelter around you. You don't have to rush toward tomorrow. You don't have to rehearse conversations in your mind. You don't have to prepare for battles that God has already promised to fight for you. Right now, you are allowed to simply be, to breathe, to rest, to receive. Listen to this promise. Exodus 14 verse 14. The Lord will fight for you. You need only to be still. Stillness is not weakness. Stillness is trust. Stillness is the quiet confidence that God is doing more in the unseen than you could ever do in your own strength. Let that truth settle into you. Let it calm the places inside you that feel restless or uncertain. Let it remind you that you are not responsible for carrying the weight of the world. And as you breathe in that peace, I want to bring you into another story. A story from the life of Billy Graham, a man whose voice carried hope to millions around the world, yet whose strength came not from crowds, but from quiet moments alone with God. There was a night early in his ministry when Graham felt overwhelmed. The world felt heavy. The future felt unclear. The responsibility felt too big. He walked outside, under a sky filled with stars, and knelt in the grass. He prayed, "Lord, I don't have all the answers, but I trust you. I give you my life. I give you my future. I give you everything." And in that moment, he said a peace washed over him. Not because he suddenly understood everything, but because he finally surrendered everything. That same peace is available to you tonight, not because you have everything figured out, but because God is inviting you to place everything in His hands. Listen to this. 1 Peter 5 verse 7. Cast all your anxiety on Him, because He cares for you. Not some of your anxiety, not the parts you think are spiritual enough, all of it. Every fear, every worry, every burden, every unanswered question. God is not tired of you. God is not annoyed by you. God is not disappointed in you. He cares deeply, personally, tenderly. Let that care wrap around you now. Let it soften the tightness in your chest. Let it quiet the thoughts that try to rise up again and again. Let it remind you that you are safe in His love. Take another slow breath. Feel your body sink deeper into rest. Feel the night grow softer around you. Feel God's presence settle like a warm blanket over your heart. You don't have to fear the future. You don't have to fear the unknown. You don't have to fear the things you cannot control, because God is already there, already preparing the way, already opening the right doors, already closing the wrong ones, already protecting you from things you don't even know about. Psalm 139 verse 5. You go before me and follow me. You place your hand of blessing on my head. His hand is on you now, not in judgment, not in anger, in blessing, in love, in protection. Let that hand steady you. Let it comfort you. Let it remind you that you are not walking into the new year alone. You are walking with a God who has never failed you, a God who has never abandoned you, a God who has never once let go of your hand. You've done enough today. You've carried enough today. You've tried enough today. Now rest. Let God hold you. Let God comfort you. Let God whisper peace into the deepest parts of your soul. You are loved. You are seen. You are safe. And you are never, ever alone. And as the night grows even quieter, as your breathing slows, and your heart settles into a softer rhythm, let yourself sink deeper into this peace. The kind of peace that doesn't demand anything from you. The kind of peace that doesn't rush you. The kind of peace that simply holds you exactly where you are. You don't have to be more than this. You don't have to feel stronger than this. You don't have to pretend you're not tired. God meets you in the truth of this moment, not the version of yourself you wish you were. Listen to this promise. Isaiah 30 verse 15. In quietness and trust shall be your strength, not in striving, not in pushing, not in forcing. Strength comes in the quiet. Strength comes in the stillness. Strength comes when you finally stop running and let God hold you. Let that truth settle into you. Let it soften the pressure you've been carrying. Let it remind you that rest is not a step backward. Rest is a step toward God. And as you breathe in that stillness, I want to bring you into another story. A story from the life of Fanny Crosby, a woman who wrote more than 8,000 hymns. Even though she was blind from infancy, people often asked her if she wished she could see. Her answer was gentle, steady, and full of faith. She said, "If I had been able to see, I might not have learned to trust God the way I do." She believed that her blindness was not a limitation, but a doorway into deeper dependence on God. There was a night when she had no money and no idea how she would pay for food. She prayed, "Lord, you know what I need. I trust you." Moments later, a stranger knocked on her door and handed her the exact amount she needed. No explanation, no reason, just provision, just God's timing, just God's care. That same care is wrapped around you tonight. That same faithfulness is holding your future. That same God is watching over every detail of your life. Listen to this. Psalm 121 verses 5 to 6. The Lord watches over you. The Lord is your shade at your right hand. The sun will not harm you by day, nor the moon by night. You are watched over. You are protected. You are covered. Even in the places you cannot see. Even in the moments you don't understand. Even in the seasons that feel uncertain. Take another slow breath. Let your body sink deeper into rest. Let your thoughts drift like leaves on water. Let your heart loosen its grip on everything it's been trying to control. You don't have to figure out tomorrow tonight. You don't have to solve the year in one moment. You don't have to carry the weight of what hasn't happened yet. God is already in your tomorrow, already preparing the way, already opening the right doors, already closing the wrong ones, already arranging the help you will need before you even know to ask for it. Matthew 6 verse 34. Do not worry about tomorrow, for tomorrow will worry about itself. Let that truth settle over you like a soft blanket. Let it quiet the anxious thoughts. Let it steady your breathing. Let it remind you that you are safe in God's hands. You've done enough today. You've carried enough today. You've tried enough today. Now rest. Let God hold you. Let God comfort you. Let God whisper peace into the deepest parts of your soul. You are loved. You are seen. You are safe. And you are never, ever alone. And as the night settles even deeper, as the world outside grows quieter, and your heart begins to rest in a gentler rhythm, let yourself sink into this moment, without rushing, without pressure, without expectation. You are safe here. You are held here. You are allowed to breathe slowly, to let the weight of the day fall away, to let God's presence wrap around you like a soft blanket in the dark. You don't have to be strong right now. You don't have to have answers right now. You don't have to know what the next step is. God is not asking you to perform. He is inviting you to rest. Listen to this promise. Psalm 73 verse 26. My flesh and my heart may fail, but God is the strength of my heart and my portion forever. Your strength doesn't have to come from you. Your courage doesn't have to come from you. Your peace doesn't have to come from you. God Himself becomes your strength when yours runs out. Let that truth settle into the deepest part of you. Let it soften the fear of not being enough. Let it quiet the voice that says you must do more. Let it remind you that God is not disappointed in your weakness. He meets you in it. And as you breathe in that comfort, I want to bring you into another story. A story from the life of Corrie ten Boom, a woman who survived the horrors of World War II and carried a message of forgiveness and hope to the world. Corrie and her family hid Jews in their home to protect them from the Nazis. They risked everything because they believed that every life mattered to God. Eventually, they were arrested and sent to concentration camps in the darkest place imaginable. Corrie watched her sister Betsy grow weaker and weaker, but Betsy never lost her faith. She would whisper, "There is no pit so deep that God's love is not deeper still, even in the cold, even in the hunger, even in the fear. God's love reached them." One night, Corrie felt overwhelmed by despair. She whispered, "I can't go on." And Betsy, barely able to speak, said softly, "Corrie, God will give us the strength, just when we need it. Not before, not after, but exactly when we need it." That truth carried Corrie through the darkness, and it can carry you too. God's strength arrives, not when you feel ready, but when you feel empty. Not when you feel confident, but when you feel helpless. Not when you feel strong, but when you feel weak. Listen to this. 2 Corinthians 12 verse 9. My grace is sufficient for you, for my power is made perfect in weakness. Your weakness is not a failure. It is an invitation, a doorway, a place where God's power can finally rest on you. Take another slow breath. Let your body sink deeper into rest. Let your mind loosen its grip on everything it's been holding. Let your heart settle into the quiet truth that you are not alone in the night. God is with you. God is near you. God is surrounding you with a love that does not fade and a strength that does not run out. You don't have to fear tomorrow. You don't have to fear the unknown. You don't have to fear the things you cannot control, because God is already in your tomorrow, already preparing the way, already arranging the help you will need, already strengthening the parts of you that feel fragile tonight. Psalm 139 verses 11 to 12. If I say, surely the darkness will hide me, and the light become night around me, even the darkness will not be dark to you. The night will shine like the day, for darkness is as light to you. Nothing is too dark for God. Not your fears, not your doubts, not your past, not your future, not the night around you, not the night inside you. He sees you clearly. He holds you gently. He loves you endlessly. You've done enough today. You've carried enough today. You've tried enough today. Now rest. Let God be your strength. Let God be your peace. Let God be your light. In the quiet of this night, you are safe. You are loved. You are held. And you are never, ever alone. And as you rest here, with the night wrapped gently around you, and your breathing soft and steady, let your heart sink even deeper into the quiet presence of God. This moment is not rushed. This moment is not heavy. This moment is simply a place where you can finally exhale. You don't have to carry the weight of the world. You don't have to solve anything tonight. You don't have to be strong for anyone. You are allowed to rest. You are allowed to be held. You are allowed to simply be. Listen to this promise. Psalm 62 verse 1. My soul finds rest in God alone. My salvation comes from Him. Rest doesn't come from perfect circumstances. Rest doesn't come from having everything figured out. Rest doesn't come from controlling the future. Rest comes from God, from His presence, from His nearness, from His steady, unchanging love. Let that truth settle over you like a soft blanket. Let it quiet the noise inside you. Let it remind you that you are safe in His hands. And as you breathe in that peace, I want to bring you into another story. A story from the life of Amy Carmichael, a missionary who spent more than 50 years in India, rescuing children, caring for the vulnerable, and showing the love of Christ in the darkest places. Amy once prayed a simple prayer: God, make me invisible so that only you are seen. She didn't want recognition. She didn't want applause. She wanted her life to be a quiet reflection of God's love. There was a night when she felt overwhelmed by the suffering around her. She whispered, Lord, I don't have enough strength for all of this. And she felt God speak to her heart. You don't need enough strength. You only need me. From that night on, she lived with a quiet confidence, not in herself, but in the God who never failed her. That same God is with you tonight. The God who strengthens the weary. The God who comforts the broken. The God who carries those who feel like they cannot take another step. Listen to this. Isaiah 40 verse 29. He gives strength to the weary and increases the power of the weak. If you feel weary tonight, you are not failing. You are not falling behind. You are simply human. And God meets humans with compassion, not criticism. Let His strength fill the places where yours has run out. Let His peace settle into the corners of your heart that feel restless or afraid. Let His presence remind you that you are not walking into the new year alone. Take another slow breath. Feel your body soften. Feel your thoughts quiet. Feel the night grow gentle around you. You don't have to fear what's ahead. You don't have to fear the unknown. You don't have to fear the things you cannot control, because God is already there, already preparing the way, already arranging the help you will need, already surrounding you with a love that does not fail. Psalm 16 verse 8. I keep my eyes always on the Lord. With Him at my right hand, I will not be shaken. You are not fragile. You are not forgotten. You are not walking into the future alone. God is at your right hand. God is before you. God is behind you. God is within you. God is holding you. Even now, you've done enough today. You've carried enough today. You've tried enough today. Now rest. Let God be your strength. Let God be your peace. Let God be your comfort. In the quiet of this night, you are loved. You are seen. You are safe. And you are never, ever alone. And as the night deepens around you, as the world grows quieter, and your heart settles into a slower rhythm, Let yourself drift even further into this gentle place of rest. You don't have to hold anything right now. You don't have to solve anything right now. You don't have to be anything other than present in this moment. Let the quiet wrap around you. Let the stillness soften you. Let God's presence settle over you like a warm, steady light. Listen to this promise. Psalm 91 verse 4. He will cover you with his feathers, and under his wings you will find refuge. His faithfulness will be your shield and rampart. You are not unprotected. You are not exposed. You are not walking through life alone. God's wings are over you. God's faithfulness surrounds you. God's love shelters you in ways you can feel and in ways you cannot see. Let that truth rest on your heart. Let it quiet the fears that try to rise up in the dark. Let it remind you that you are safe tonight. And as you breathe in that safety, I want to bring you into another story. A story from the life of Hudson Taylor, a missionary to China, whose life was marked by deep trust and quiet surrender. Taylor once faced a season when everything felt uncertain. Supplies were low. The future was unclear. The work felt overwhelming. But instead of panicking, he wrote a simple sentence in his journal. God's work, done in God's way, will never lack God's supply. He believed that if God called him, God would sustain him. If God led him, God would provide for him. If God opened a door, God would keep it open. There was a night when he had no money left and no idea how he would continue. He knelt beside his bed and whispered, Lord, I trust you. The next morning, a letter arrived with exactly the amount he needed. No explanation, no request, just provision, just God, just faithfulness. That same faithfulness is wrapped around you tonight. The God who provided for Hudson Taylor is the God who provides for you. The God who sustained him is the God who sustains you. The God who guided him is the God who guides you into the new year. Listen to this. Philippians 4 verse 19. And my God will meet all your needs according to the riches of his glory in Christ Jesus. Not some of your needs, not the needs you think are spiritual enough. All your needs, every need, every burden, every fear, every longing. Let that promise settle into you. Let it loosen the tightness in your chest. Let it quiet the thoughts that try to predict the future. Let it remind you that you are not responsible for providing everything for yourself. God is your provider. God is your sustainer. God is your source. Take another slow breath. Feel your body soften. Feel your thoughts drift. Feel the night grow gentle around you. You don't have to fear the unknown. You don't have to fear the future. You don't have to fear the things you cannot control, because God is already there, already preparing the way, already arranging the help you will need, already strengthening your heart for the days ahead. Psalm 37 verses 23 to 24. The Lord makes firm the steps of the one who delights in him. Though he may stumble, he will not fall, for the Lord upholds him with his hand. You may stumble, you may feel uncertain, you may feel weak, but you will not fall. God's hand is under you. God's hand is over you. God's hand is around you. You've done enough today. You've carried enough today. You've tried enough today. Now rest. Let God hold you. Let God comfort you. Let God whisper peace into the deepest parts of your soul. You are loved. You are seen. You are safe. And you are never, ever alone. And as the night grows deeper still, as the quiet settles like a soft veil over your thoughts, let your heart drift into an even gentler rhythm. You don't have to hold anything right now. You don't have to prepare for tomorrow. You don't have to rehearse conversations or replay the moments of the day. This moment is for rest, for peace, for letting God breathe calm into the places inside you that feel tired or stretched thin. Listen to this promise. Psalm 46 verse 1. God is our refuge and strength, an ever-present help in trouble. Not a distant help, not an occasional help, an ever-present help, a help that does not leave when the night grows long, a help that does not fade when your strength runs low, a help that stays even when you feel unsure or overwhelmed. Let that truth settle into you. Let it soften the tightness in your chest. Let it remind you that you are not walking through this night alone. And as you breathe in that comfort, I want to bring you into another story. A story from the life of Elisabeth Elliot, a woman whose journey through loss and forgiveness became a testimony of God's sustaining grace. Elisabeth's husband, Jim Elliot, was killed while trying to bring the gospel to an unreached tribe in Ecuador. The grief was unimaginable. The pain was deep. The future felt shattered. But Elisabeth did something that stunned the world. She returned to the very people who had taken her husband's life, not with anger, not with bitterness, but with forgiveness, with love, with the message of Christ. People asked her, "How could you go back?" Her answer was simple, quiet, and full of faith. God never promised that we would not suffer. He promised that He would be with us in the suffering, and He was. He carried her. He strengthened her. He turned her pain into a river of grace that touched countless lives. That same God is with you tonight, not only in your joy, but in your sorrow, not only in your strength, but in your weakness, not only in your clarity, but in your confusion. Listen to this. Deuteronomy 33 verse 27. The eternal God is your refuge, and underneath are the everlasting arms. Underneath you, holding you, supporting you, carrying you. When you feel like you cannot carry yourself, let those everlasting arms wrap around you now. Let them hold the parts of you that feel fragile. Let them steady the parts of you that feel uncertain. Let them comfort the parts of you that feel alone. Take another slow breath. Let your body sink deeper into rest. Let your thoughts drift like soft waves. Let the night become a sanctuary where God's presence feels close and warm. You don't have to fear the future. You don't have to fear the unknown. You don't have to fear the things you cannot control, because God is already there, already preparing the way, already arranging the help you will need, already surrounding you with a love that does not fail. Psalm 121 verse 8. The Lord will watch over your coming and going, both now and forevermore. Every step, every moment, every breath, every sunrise, every night like this one, you are watched over, you are protected, you are held. You've done enough today. You've carried enough today. You've tried enough today. Now rest. Let God be your refuge. Let God be your strength. Let God be your peace. In the quiet of this night, you are loved. You are seen. You are safe. And you are never, ever alone. And as the night settles into its softest quiet, as your breathing slows, and your thoughts drift like gentle waves, let your heart rest even deeper in the presence of God. You don't have to hold anything right now. You don't have to be strong. You don't have to understand the future. This moment is simply for peace, for stillness, for letting God carry what you cannot. Listen to this promise. Psalm 94 verses 18 to 19. When I said, my foot is slipping, your unfailing love, Lord, supported me. When anxiety was great within me, Your consolation brought me joy. You don't have to pretend you're steady. You don't have to pretend you're fearless. You don't have to pretend you're okay. God meets you in the truth of your heart, not the version of yourself you try to hold together. Let His unfailing love support you now. Let His consolation settle into the places where anxiety has been loud. Let His presence become the soft ground beneath your tired feet. And as you breathe in that comfort, I want to bring you into another story. A story from the life of Charles Spurgeon, a preacher whose voice reached thousands, yet who carried deep battles within himself. Spurgeon struggled with seasons of darkness, moments when his heart felt heavy and his strength felt thin. But even in those moments, he clung to one truth. I have learned to kiss the waves that throw me against the rock of ages. He didn't say the waves were easy. He didn't say the storms were pleasant. He said the waves pushed him toward the one who never moved, toward the one who held him, toward the one who remained steady when everything else felt uncertain. There was a night when Spurgeon felt overwhelmed by sorrow. He whispered, "Lord, I cannot carry this." And he felt God speak to his heart. You were never meant to. That truth carried him, and it can carry you too. You were never meant to carry everything alone. You were never meant to hold the weight of the world. You were never meant to walk through the night without a hand to hold. Listen to this. Matthew 11 verse 29. Take my yoke upon you and learn from me, for I am gentle and humble in heart, and you will find rest for your souls. Rest for your soul. Not just your body, not just your mind, your soul, the deepest part of you, the part that aches, the part that worries, the part that longs for peace. Let that rest wash over you now. Let it soften the places inside you that feel tight or tired. Let it remind you that God is gentle with you, always gentle, always patient, always kind. Take another slow breath. Feel your body sink deeper into the bed. Feel your shoulders loosen. Feel the night grow warm around you. You don't have to fear tomorrow. You don't have to fear the unknown. You don't have to fear the things you cannot control, because God is already there, already preparing the way, already arranging the help you will need, already strengthening your heart for the days ahead. Psalm 121 verse 3. He will not let your foot slip. He who watches over you will not slumber, even when you sleep. God does not. Even when you rest, God watches. Even when you feel vulnerable, God surrounds you. You are not unprotected. You are not forgotten. You are not walking into the future alone. You are held by the one who never sleeps. You are guided by the one who never fails. You are loved by the one who never changes. You've done enough today. You've carried enough today. You've tried enough today. Now rest. Let God be your strength. Let God be your peace. Let God be your comfort. In the quiet of this night, you are safe. You are loved. You are held. And you are never, ever alone. And as the night settles into its deepest quiet, as your breath becomes slow and steady, as your thoughts soften like fading echoes, let your heart rest even more gently in the presence of God. You don't have to hold anything right now. You don't have to be strong. You don't have to understand what comes next. This moment is simply for peace, for stillness, for letting God carry you in ways you cannot carry yourself. Listen to this promise. Psalm 125 verse 2. As the mountains surround Jerusalem, so the Lord surrounds his people, both now and forevermore. Surrounded, not sometimes, not occasionally, not only when you feel worthy, surrounded always, surrounded completely, surrounded forever. Let that truth settle into your heart. Let it quiet the fears that whisper in the dark. Let it remind you that you are never outside the reach of God's protection. And as you breathe in that safety, I want to bring you into another story. A story from the life of John Newton, the man who wrote Amazing Grace, a hymn born from a life that had been broken, lost, and redeemed. Newton was once a slave trader, a man far from God, a man drowning in guilt and darkness. But one night, in the middle of a violent storm at sea, he cried out, "Lord, have mercy on me." And God did. Not because Newton deserved it, not because he had earned it, but because God's grace is stronger than our failures, deeper than our shame, and wider than our past. Newton later wrote, "I am a great sinner, but Christ is a great Savior." He spent the rest of his life fighting against the very evil he once participated in. He became a voice for justice, a witness of mercy, a living testimony that no one is too far gone for God to redeem. That same grace is wrapped around you tonight, a grace that covers your past, a grace that steadies your present, a grace that prepares your future, a grace that whispers, "You are forgiven, you are loved, You are mine. Listen to this. Lamentations 3 verses 22 to 23. Because of the Lord's great love, we are not consumed, for his compassions never fail. They are new every morning. Great is your faithfulness, new every morning, not recycled, not leftover, new, fresh, enough for today, enough for tomorrow, enough for every moment. You feel weak or uncertain. Let that truth wash over you. Let it soften the places inside you that feel heavy with regret. Let it remind you that God's mercy is not fragile. It is endless. Take another slow breath. Feel your body sink deeper into rest. Feel the night grow warm around you. Feel God's presence settle like a gentle weight over your heart. You don't have to fear the future. You don't have to fear the unknown. You don't have to fear the things you cannot control, because God is already there, already preparing the way, already arranging the help you will need, already surrounding you with a love that does not fail. Joshua 1 verse 9. Be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid. Do not be discouraged. For the Lord your God will be with you. Wherever you go, wherever you go, into the new year, into the unknown, into the places you feel unprepared for, into the moments you cannot predict, into the days that feel heavy, and the days that feel light. God goes with you. God goes before you. God goes behind you. God goes beside you. God goes within you. You've done enough today. You've carried enough today. You've tried enough today. Now rest. Let God be your strength. Let God be your peace. Let God be your comfort. In the quiet of this night, you are safe. You are loved. You are held. And you are never, ever alone. And as the night settles into its quietest hour, as your breath becomes slow and steady, as your thoughts soften into gentle shadows, let your heart rest even deeper in the presence of the one who never sleeps. You don't have to hold anything right now. You don't have to be strong. You don't have to know what comes next. This moment is simply for peace, for stillness, for letting God carry you in ways you cannot carry yourself. Listen to this promise. Psalm 18 verse 28. You, Lord, keep my lamp burning. My God turns my darkness into light. Even the darkness inside you is not too dark for Him. Even the heaviness you feel is not too heavy for Him. Even the questions you carry are not too complicated for Him. He turns darkness into light. He turns fear into courage. He turns exhaustion into rest. He turns uncertainty into peace. Let that truth settle into you now. Let it soften the places inside you that feel tense or tired. Let it remind you that God is not intimidated by the things that overwhelm you. And as you breathe in that comfort, I want to bring you into another story. A story from the life of George Whitefield, a preacher whose voice carried across continents, yet whose strength came not from crowds, but from a heart anchored in God. Whitefield preached to thousands, sometimes tens of thousands, in open fields, on hillsides, in marketplaces. But what people didn't see were the nights he spent alone with God, weeping, praying, surrendering. There was a night when he felt completely spent. His voice was weak. His body was tired. His heart felt overwhelmed. He whispered, "Lord, I am nothing. Use me anyway." And God did. Not because Whitefield was strong, but because he was surrendered. Not because he was perfect, but because he was willing. Not because he had all the answers, but because he trusted the one who did. That same God is with you tonight. The God who strengthens the weary. The God who lifts the humble. The God who uses the ordinary to do extraordinary things. Listen to this. 2 Corinthians 4 verse 16. Though outwardly we are wasting away, yet inwardly we are being renewed, day by day, renewed. Not once, not occasionally, day by day, night by night, moment by moment. Let that renewal wash over you now. Let it fill the places inside you that feel empty. Let it restore the parts of you that feel worn down. Let it remind you that God is not finished with you. Take another slow breath. Feel your body sink deeper into rest. Feel your shoulders loosen. Feel the night grow warm around you. You don't have to fear tomorrow. You don't have to fear the unknown. You don't have to fear the things you cannot control, because God is already there, already preparing the way, already arranging the help you will need, already surrounding you with a love that does not fail. Psalm 139 verse 5. You hem me in behind and before, and you lay your hand upon me, behind you, before you, beside you, within you. You are not walking into the new year alone. You are not stepping into the unknown unprotected. You are not facing the future without help. God's hand is on you. God's presence is around you. God's love is within you. You've done enough today. You've carried enough today. You've tried enough today. Now rest. Let God be your strength. Let God be your peace. Let God be your comfort. In the quiet of this night, you are safe. You are loved. You are held. And you are never, ever alone. And as the night settles into its deepest stillness, as your breath becomes slow and warm, as your thoughts drift like soft clouds across a quiet sky, let your heart rest even more gently in the presence of the one who holds you. You don't have to be alert right now. You don't have to be productive. You don't have to be anything other than here, breathing, resting, being loved. Listen to this promise. Psalm 36 verse 7. How priceless is your unfailing love, O God. People take refuge in the shadow of your wings. Refuge, not pressure, not performance, not perfection. Refuge, a place where you can breathe again, a place where you can let go, a place where you can be held without fear of falling. Let that truth settle into you. Let it soften the places inside you that feel tense or uncertain. Let it remind you that God's wings are over you tonight, covering you, shielding you, holding you close. And as you breathe in that safety, I want to bring you into another story. A story from the life of A.W. Tozer, a man whose writings have guided millions into deeper intimacy with God. Tozer lived a simple life. He didn't chase fame. He didn't seek applause. He sought God quietly, humbly, faithfully. There was a night when Tozer felt overwhelmed by the noise of the world. He stepped outside, looked up at the stars, and whispered, "Lord, you are all I need." He later wrote, "The man who has God for his treasure has all things in one, not because life becomes easy, not because problems disappear, but because when God is your treasure, your heart is anchored in something unshakable. That same anchor is available to you tonight, a place where your fears can rest, a place where your worries can quiet, a place where your soul can breathe. Listen to this. Psalm 73 verses 23 to 24. Yet I am always with you. You hold me by my right hand. You guide me with your counsel. And afterward you will take me into glory. Held, guided, never abandoned, never forgotten. Let that truth wrap around you now. Let it settle into the deepest parts of you. Let it remind you that God's hand is not only near, it is holding you. Take another slow breath. Feel your body soften. Feel your shoulders loosen. Feel the night grow warm around you. You don't have to fear the future. You don't have to fear the unknown. You don't have to fear the things you cannot control, because God is already there, already preparing the way, already arranging the help you will need, already strengthening your heart for the days ahead. And as you rest, let this truth settle over you. Isaiah 58 verse 11. The Lord will guide you always. He will satisfy your needs in a sun-scorched land, and will strengthen your frame. Always. Not sometimes. Not only when you feel strong. Always. He will guide you when you feel lost. He will satisfy you when you feel empty. He will strengthen you when you feel weak. Let that promise become a soft pillow beneath your tired thoughts. Let it remind you that you are not stepping into the new year alone. You are stepping into it with a God who knows you, loves you, and walks beside you. Take another slow breath. Let your heart settle. Let your mind quiet. Let your soul rest. You've done enough today. You've carried enough today. You've tried enough today. Now rest. Let God be your strength. Let God be your peace. Let God be your comfort. In the quiet of this night, you are safe. You are loved. You are held. And you are never, ever alone. And as the night settles into its quietest breath, as the world outside fades into a soft hush, as your heart slows into a peaceful rhythm, let yourself rest even deeper in the presence of the one who never grows weary. You don't have to hold anything right now. You don't have to be strong. You don't have to understand the path ahead. This moment is simply for rest, for calm, for letting God breathe peace into the places inside you that feel tired or stretched thin. Listen to this promise. Psalm 121 verse 7. The Lord will keep you from all harm. He will watch over your life, not just your day, not just your decisions, your life, your whole life, every breath, every step, every moment you feel steady, and every moment you feel fragile. Let that truth settle into you. Let it soften the fears that whisper in the dark. Let it remind you that you are not walking through this night alone. And as you breathe in that comfort, I want to bring you into another story. A story from the life of Amy Carmichael's spiritual successor, a woman named Gladys Aylward, whose courage carried her across continents and into the heart of danger because she trusted the God who called her. Gladys was a small woman with no formal education and no financial support. People told her she wasn't qualified. They said she wasn't capable. They said she wasn't enough. But Gladys believed that if God called her, He would make a way. She saved every penny she could and bought a one-way ticket to China. The journey was dangerous. The path was uncertain. But she whispered, "Lord, lead me step by step." And He did. Years later, during a time of war, Gladys found herself responsible for more than 100 orphan children. They had to cross mountains to reach safety. The journey was long. The danger was real. The children were terrified. Gladys felt overwhelmed. She whispered, "God, I can't do this." But a little girl tugged her sleeve and said, "Miss Aylward, you taught us about Moses. You taught us how God opened the sea. If He did it then, He can help us now." Gladys later wrote, "I had taught them faith, and now they were teaching it back to me, and God did help them, step by step, mountain by mountain, fear by fear. He carried them through." That same God is carrying you tonight. The God who leads the lost. The God who strengthens the weary. The God who protects the vulnerable. The God who walks with His children through valleys and mountains, and every shadow in between. Listen to this. Isaiah 41 verse 13. "For I am the Lord your God, who takes hold of your right hand and says to you, 'Do not fear. I will help you.' Not, 'I might help you.' Not, 'I will help you if you're strong enough.' I will help you." Let that promise settle into your bones. Let it quiet the anxious thoughts that try to rise up again. Let it remind you that God's hand is holding yours. Even now, take another slow breath. Feel your body soften. Feel your shoulders loosen. Feel the night grow warm around you. You don't have to fear tomorrow. You don't have to fear the unknown. You don't have to fear the things you cannot control, because God is already there, already preparing the way, already arranging the help you will need, already surrounding you with a love that does not fail. Psalm 32 verse 7. "You are my hiding place. You will protect me from trouble and surround me with songs of deliverance." Songs, not shouts, not demands. Songs, soft, gentle, comforting. Let those songs surround you now. Let them quiet your mind. Let them steady your heart. Let them remind you that you are safe in God's presence. You've done enough today. You've carried enough today. You've tried enough today. Now rest. Let God be your strength. Let God be your peace. Let God be your comfort. in the quiet of this night. You are safe. You are loved. You are held. And you are never, ever alone. And as the night reaches its quietest moment, as everything around you becomes still, as your heart settles into a slow and peaceful rhythm, let yourself rest fully now, not halfway, not cautiously, but completely, as someone who knows they are safe in the hands of God. You don't have to hold anything anymore. Not the worries, not the questions, not the weight of tomorrow. Let it all slip from your shoulders, like a heavy coat you no longer need. Listen to this promise. Psalm 4 verse 8. In peace I will lie down and sleep. For you alone, Lord, make me dwell in safety. Safety, not the kind the world gives, not the kind that depends on circumstances, but the kind that comes from being held by the one who never sleeps, never leaves, never lets go. Let that safety wrap around you now. Let it soften your breathing. Let it quiet your thoughts. Let it remind you that you are protected tonight in ways you can feel and in ways you cannot see. And as you rest in that truth, I want to bring you into one final story. A story not of a famous missionary or a well-known preacher, but of a simple believer whose name the world never learned, yet whose faith was precious to God. She lived in a small village, far from crowds, far from recognition, far from anything the world would call great. Every night, before she slept, she would whisper the same prayer. Lord, I give you today, and I give you tomorrow too. She didn't preach sermons. She didn't write books. She didn't travel the world. But she trusted God with the quiet details of her life. And that trust was worship. One night, after a long and difficult day, she felt overwhelmed. She whispered, Lord, I don't know what tomorrow holds. And she felt God whisper back, you don't need to know. You only need to know that I will be there. That truth carried her, and it carries you too. Listen to this. Revelation 1 verse 17. Do not be afraid. I am the first and the last. God was in your past. God is in your present. God is already in your future. Nothing surprises him. Nothing overwhelms him. Nothing is beyond his reach. Take one more slow breath. Feel the peace settling deeper. Feel the night becoming softer. Feel God's presence resting gently over your heart. You don't have to fear the new year. You don't have to fear the unknown. You don't have to fear the things you cannot control. because the God who carried Harriet and Miller and Moody and Fanny and Corrie and Elisabeth and Gladys and countless unnamed believers is the same God who carries you. He has not changed. He will not change. He cannot fail. Let this final promise settle over you like a warm blanket. Hebrews 13 verse 5. Never will I leave you. Never will I forsake you. Never. Not tonight. Not tomorrow. Not in the year ahead. Not ever. You've done enough today. You've carried enough today. You've tried enough today. Now rest. Rest in God's arms. Rest in God's peace. Rest in God's unchanging love. You are safe. You are held. You are loved. And you are never, ever alone.